Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today in DC Dark Legion, finally an update to my summoning priority guide. It's going to look a little bit different than this one. It's also not going to look as pretty, but I did finally get it updated. We've had a few more characters released in the game, and I've got a different way of looking at it as well that hopefully is helpful to all of you. So let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Y'all know me, spreadsheets. I think, so Cope has moved on. So if anybody out there wants to help me create some awesome infographics, this is what I do here. The infographics, not so much. So if anybody wants to help out, definitely hit me up on Discord, because I could use the help, make these things look a little bit better than just a whole bunch of words and boxes and colors. So let's take a look at this right here. So taking a look at the teams, and this legend right here. So if it's highlighted in yellow, that means just take them up to the 5 white stars minimum. That's all they really need to be. Obviously, you can, if you've got the room, if you've got the anvils, take them up higher, as high as you're comfortable. The purple right here is just basically saying get it up to at least one. Get them up to at least one purple, and then the blue is going to just be take them up as far as you can. So we've got some new characters that have released into the game. When you take a look at the order in which mythic heroes were released, it goes from left to right. So Superman to Joker to Scarecrow, all the way over to Talia al Ghul, which is current. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if this is even relevant anymore. I don't know if it's going to go, if new servers are going to go in the exact same order, or if things are going to be switched up. I don't know where you are in your server. So I put it this way just so you could kind of visually see in the original order kind of the timing between the different heroes and how much time you have to save. But if it's changed for your server, I know for us, I mean, obviously that's all behind us. We don't know anybody ahead of us. There's no server ahead of our server on summons. So I'll just continue to keep this updated. And then just take this, use this as a guide for yourself. Let me walk you through it here really quick. So Justice League Dark, the way that I'm looking at this as well is looking at teams that you want to build. And then if you want to build those teams, what are some other heroes that you can get that would be good for your roster? So JLD, best team in the game right now. If you saw my recent tier list, them and Superman family, so close. Maybe even both number one. So I've got them at the top two right here. That's my opinion, of course. In my experiences with these two teams, they are absolutely phenomenal and fun to play. But Justice League Dark, you've got so much room before Zatanna. There's no reason not to go for Superman. You might as well add him to your roster. He is a great single target damage dealer, which is also why by the time you get up to Superboy here, if you're going to have Superman, you might as well get Superboy. You're going to see Superboy in a lot of my suggestions here, but you only really need to take him up to the 5 white stars. If you've got anvils and you want to use them and you want to get him higher, obviously go ahead. This is just the minimum for me. So Superman, go as hard as you can on his banner. Get him as high as you possibly can. There's really no reason not to, because you've got 4 banners that you're going to go through to save up in order to get Zatanna and Constantine where you want them. So unless you're at a replay of the Superman banner, then just take that into consideration as you look through the rest of this. Is he somebody that you really need? But going in the original order in which these banners came out, then you're just going to leave these other ones alone because you really don't need them. Zatanna, you're going to get her up to at least 5 white stars. Get her further if you would like, but she only really needs to get to the 5 white stars to be good. But Constantine, you're going to go all out on Constantine. Get him as high as you can because he is a fantastic AoE damage dealer. Hawkgirl, you can skip. So essentially anybody in white here, you can skip. You're going to skip Hawkgirl. You're going to save your anvils for Nightwing. Nightwing, a phenomenal single target damage dealer as well. Very plug and play. You can use him in multiple teams, so there's no reason not to get him. And these two here, Zatanna and Constantine, are the only Mythic Plus heroes in banners that you're going to need to summon for. Everybody else, you're getting them through other areas of the game. There's no banners for them. So you're skipping Hawkgirl to go to Nightwing, then skip Manhunter. Might as well get Starfire, a phenomenal, again, if you saw my tier list, a phenomenal healer. And you're going to use her very plug and play. You're going to use her in multiple teams as well. So Starfire, get her up to at least 1 purple. Save up for Superboy since you've already got Superman. Then you've got also you're going to get Crypto sometime, right? He's not a Mythic Plus. You're going to get him in Mother Boxes and in the Mythic selector packs and things like that. So you should be able to get Crypto pretty easy. So then you've got your at least three Superman team right there. And then you've got Ra's al Ghul and Talia just skips. So I think that is good if you're going for the Justice League Dark. If you're going for a couple different teams, then feel free to mix and match this. Superman family, obviously you're going to go as far as you can on Superman. There's a lot of time to save until Nightwing to 1 purple. And then some more time to save until you get to Supergirl. You want to go all out on Supergirl. I mean, all this time to save up anvils. If you want to take the recommendation and skip everybody, you're going to have a ton of anvils by the time you get up to Supergirl. You're also going to get characters through Mother Boxes and stuff, so I wouldn't worry so much about not filling out your roster. But then again, if you're mixing and matching a couple different teams, then take that into consideration as well, right? So let's just say that you want to mix and match Superman family and Arkham's Most Wanted, right? So in that case, you may want to go all out on Superman, only take Joker to 1 purple, Scarecrow to 1 purple. Everybody else in here is at least 1 purple in here. This though, you're going to be using anvils all the way up until you get up to Nightwing, and then you're going to save again to Supergirl. So just kind of figure out which teams you really want to work on and the heroes that you want. So Superman family, if you're really focused on them, all out on Superman. You're going to go at least get Nightwing up to that 1 purple. You're going to have enough anvils for it. Again, phenomenal damage dealer, a single target damage dealer. Supergirl, and then Superboy to round out your Super Family team. And then you really don't need these two, Ra's al Ghul or Talia, unless you're really going hard on a League of Assassins type mix. We don't know who's coming up after Talia. We still have incomplete teams here, so we'll see what happens, and I'll make sure to keep you updated. So I think you get the gist of this, right? So my suggestions for teams, the top 3 teams in my opinion, I put them in here actually. Justice League Dark, Superman Family, those are great teams to go for. They're going to work for you in a lot of different game modes. Also, take a look at my team tier list. That is going to be updated here pretty soon as well. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link up to it right here with just my thoughts on who the best teams are. Arkham's Most Wanted, League of Doom, those two there. I think Legion of Doom would probably be my 3rd favorite. It's just a fun team. Arkham's Most Wanted, spiritual damage dealing team. You've got Joker and Scarecrow and Sinestro. With this team here, the reason why I suggest Constantine, just because he's a spiritual damage dealer. You got Scarecrow that increases the damage of spiritual damage dealers. It doesn't have to be part of Arkham's Most Wanted, so Constantine's going to be able to take advantage of that. Obviously, Starfire because of the healing. Starfire and Superboy, pretty staple, in my opinion, for a lot of teams. Starfire, phenomenal healer. Superboy is going to help your physical damage teams. So that's why I put him in here. But again, you only need to get him up to 5 white stars. League of Assassins. Down here, this team here, I just don't know. I don't know yet enough about this team to really say, yes, we need to go all out, because Assassins require quite a bit of investment. So if you're free to play or a low spender, probably a team that you want to stay away from. These 2 teams here that I have grayed out, Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad, are teams that we have in the game right now. They are not, well, Birds of Prey is complete, but they're not very good. So I wouldn't really summon anything for Birds of Prey besides the only Mythic Plus hero that we have with a summoning banner for Birds of Prey is Hawk Girl, and she's very underwhelming. So, and then Suicide Squad, I don't think there's anybody, there's nothing in here. There's no Mythic Plus hero for Suicide Squad. So be interesting to see what happens with that team. Outsiders, I'm excited about this team. I've talked about it for a while, but we don't know who the other 2 heroes are on that. But we've got Scarecrow here. Take as far as you can. You got enough time, because he does help with the spiritual damage dealers, and that's what this team is. Martian Manhunter and Starfire, the unfortunate thing is they're one right after the other, so taking them as far as you can is going to hurt you in one of them, right? So in my suggestion, you've got Martian Manhunter, who's with that warrior tank type. I'd probably take him as far as you can. Starfire at least up to 1 purple, and I think you're pretty good there. And then probably hold off, because we don't know who's coming to fill out the other 2 spots. You do have, what's his name? Roy? Red Robin? Gosh, why can't I? Arsenal, there we go. Arsenal. We do have Arsenal, who really isn't great, but we'll see. Like once we get down the road, what happens to fill that team. So there you go. There's my summoning priority guide. Just mix and match the different families that you want. Understand who's plug and play and who really isn't. Like I said, Superboy, Starfire, fairly plug and play. Superman's plug and play as well, as a single target damage dealer. But this team really is more focused on teams and tags, so make sure to keep that in consideration as you're building up your different teams. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you. What do you think? What do you think about this list? Are there other characters that you would suggest that you get as you're looking at building some of these different teams? Did I leave anybody out that you feel really should be summoned on because they are fantastic? All right, everybody, that's what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.